안녕하세요. 저는 미국에서 온 슬기입니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 영국에서 온 에밀리라고 합니다.
만나서 반갑습니다. I think most foreigners take both probably. Like if I want to go somewhere far and quickly, then I'll take the train. However, sometimes like bus stops are closer together. So if I'm like going from one side of like Apgujeong to the other, then a bus might be better. And also like because they have like the ring buttons. Yeah, walking is a good idea.
That's like
Well, like okay, yeah. That was like too small of a distance.
just
but-
like 10 meters, like.
Yeah, but like I think there's like the button that you press and stuff like that, and like you can go from the bus to the train to the bus to the train and like not have like extra fees. So I think like you use both.
And the bus is cheap.
The bus is cheap. It looked like a can of sardines. 사람들이 너무 많이 있으니까 막 이렇게 왜냐면 저 첫 번째 탔을 때 퇴근 시간이었고 그래도 깨끗했고 it wasn't like crazy dirty on the inside. It was hot because there were so many people. The next day I took it early in the morning and I had like 2 seats to myself and I was like leaning back and I was like, this is the life.
Buses in Korea, they have, if you compare it to the buses in the UK or in America, they have aircon, they have heating, they have internet, they have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, internet on buses is crazy.
Foreigners probably think it's a smoking area.
Yeah, when I saw that like it was a place to breathe properly, I was like, what?
외국에서 보통 거기서 담배 피우는 데 있거든요. 근데 한국에 반대로예요. 신기해요.
I think in the West, like getting tan or like getting like stuff like that doesn't really matter as much.
한국인 뱀파이어죠.
Yeah, like getting away from the sun, and also it's good to like get away from the rain and the cold.
그리고 그 한국에 영국 계속 그냥 날씨 괜찮아요. 근데 한국에 너무 덥고 진짜 좋아요. 그래서 그런 거 필요해요. 죽을 수도 있잖아요.
죽을 수도 있어요.
그쵸?
40도이면.
12월에 와.
근데
진짜 죽을 뻔했는데.
There's also like the heated benches. Those are really nice. Yeah.
이런 거 있어요?
없어요. I saw it for the first time in like Cheongdam and I was like so cold. I was like, I'm gonna die, this is horrific. And this like 할머니 was like sitting on there just like chilling. Like she looked comfortable and I was like, what? And then I like sat down beside her and I was like 녹아버렸어요.
그 정류장 그냥 우리 정류장 없어요. 우리 그냥 post at like
맞아요. 영국.
Instead of having an actual place to sit or anything, there's one pole and that's the bus stop.
So that freaked me out when I went to the UK. And also 한국에서 그리고 영국에서 막 you have to put your hand out for the bus to come.
Yes.
근데 미국에서는 그런 거 없어요.
You have to stop the bus.
그래서 처음에 왔을 때 I kept missing the buses. Like I was just like standing there and I was like, don't leave me. 근데 이제는 알아요.
미국에서 그 버스 every stop it stops.
Yeah.
근데 한국에서 이것도 해야 됐고 그냥 이렇게 해야 되는데 근데 미국 필요 없대요.
I mean, I've not ridden the bus that often, to be fair, because like it doesn't exist in most places. But like, it was to the point where in Korea and the UK, I would just like miss buses. I would just be standing there like, why did you leave me? But I think it's because I live in the countryside, because like we only have like 4 bus stops. So of course they go to every single stop. They're never gonna skip a stop.
I see. 근데 처음에 없었어요.
저도 처음에 없었어요.
근데 요즘에 와이파이 됩니다.
그건 너무 신기해요, 진짜로. 왜냐하면 처음엔 제가 한국에 왔을 때 폰 서비스도 없었고 I would get like lost because I would have no way of like looking at the map on the bus. I had to take like a Wi-Fi egg around with me, and then they started making the free Wi-Fi. But before that, there was like SK, like Wi-Fi connected to your phone service. And so yeah, now that there's this, I feel like I know my mom uses it a lot. Like my mom takes the bus a lot because she feels kind of anxious underground, and so like she loves the free Wi-Fi.
It's quite funny because I'm thinking if I ever have a problem with my phone or something, I should just run after a bus. Just be next to the bus, like getting the Wi-Fi. I was just like thinking, this is something I could do one day if I'm like poor and broke and like my phone is not working. I'm like, ah!
And they're also making electric buses, which is awesome. I am like super happy about that. And then also like they're making more things. I know this is like the subway, but like they're extending like 신분당선, and that's electric as well, and it has no like operator. I think like it's really cool how fast Korea can innovate like already good services. And so when I came to Korea, I got in an electric taxi and an electric bus, and I was like, oh my god, I am in like the next century. This is like crazy. But again, America's a little bit behind on those things.
No, one of the most amazing, delicious, gracious, thank you Jesus things in Korea. You can plan your life. 도착, like literally also says the station it's at.
Yeah.
You can literally track everything about that bus because the bus seems to have like a tracking thing on it.
Yeah, like on your phone you can see like, oh, it's 3 stations away.
In the UK, you just better hope that it comes. Depends how popular the line is. About 20 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like at least in London it was like
no,
20.
London's a lot of buses. in London you also have posts with the time. So some of the bus stops actually show how many minutes until the next bus and what the next bus is coming. But if you only a few bus stops that have that.
Yeah, I feel like in
It's a
Korea
whole-
it's like everywhere, but in the UK I've seen it maybe a couple times. In America it's not. That does not exist. There's nothing like that. You're just waiting. Oh, it's so cheap. That is like the best part.
One of the reasons that I live in Korea is because I can actually get places. Because if you live in London and you go from one side to another, that's like £30.
Yeah, for like a week of using an Oyster card, it's like almost £100. Seriously.
일주일에
일주일.
15만 원.
In America, at least in New York, the prices keep going up. So like, I think it's like $4 to take the subway or something like that. I distinctly remember the first time I came to Korea and I like tapped the like T-money card and it was like, oh, 막 1,500원. I was like, is there like a limit? Do I need to get off somewhere?
In the UK, if you leave a certain area, you have to pay more.
It's
So
true.
the further you go, the more
The
you pay.
zones. The
There's
zones.
zones. Here you can just travel wherever you want to for one price.
If you go like an hour out of the way, it's like 500 won, but it doesn't add any more than like 1,000won more.
Exactly, but I used to spend about £28 a day on public transport
What?
in the UK. 한 달에 100만 원 썼어요.
Oh.
근데
So I think, yeah, you're right. Like social mobility is like increased because like even if you're a neighborhood with not so many like job opportunities, etc., you can always venture to another part of the city without like worrying.
And it's one of probably the reasons that Korea has done so well financially and economically, because people can actually go places
And do things.
afford to go places.
Yeah.
And go from one area to another, which is very important for the growth of the economy.
Yeah, because like not only can they spend money at like different places, they can work in different places. It just like broadens out like where someone can use their money.
I think a lot of Koreans, until they leave the country, they don't understand how easy it is to get around Korea. Until they go abroad and they notice that it's so difficult to go from one place to another.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I'm really grateful to this country for.
Yeah.
네, 오늘은 한국 버스의 놀라운 점에 대해 말했습니다.
If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and write in the comments how much you love to see us.
See you next time. Bye.